Wear fucking IFBB PRO. What is going on, twins? Welcome back to another YouTube video. We are recording a day in the life from failure to success. So if you haven't been tapped in, I am very blessed in life. I'm nowhere near trying to complain too much, at least, but I am very blessed, and I put myself with my own decisions into a bad situation and not doing very well. We failed most of our goals for 2025, being too complacent and being too comfortable. So now, documenting the journey of the transformation I'm going to be making in all areas of life, and I put myself on a set schedule to be able to help me not only just financially, because obviously that's extremely important, but that's not the most important. For the next 90 days, I'm going to be following the schedule to the T as much as I possibly can. Obviously, some days are going to be better than others. The goal is to just constantly have growth in our life, in our everyday routine, no matter what it is. So I'm going to be showing y'all and documenting the journey of everything we're doing right now, how I'm improving my life. Maybe it can help y'all. Maybe it'd be good for y'all to see that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Most social media is all filled with niggas that's posting their highlights and the wins and the accomplishments in their life of, oh, my car, my apartment. I'm the same way. I'm the same fucking way. Look at my shredded physique and all this shit. No, it's not how it is. But the only thing I can do is accept accountability, not only as an individual, but also as a man. Keep that chin up, head high, and work on it, baby. All right, Twinskies, pre-workout meal. We're about to go train some back. I wanna make sure I get a really good pre-workout meal, some fast acting carbs, so we can get a good pump for our back and also have, you know, some pretty decent energy, especially since we boxed this morning. Boxing really wasn't that hard. It was only like a 45-minute session, and it wasn't too brutal just because we are at my apartment gym, because my coach is opening a gym and it's not done yet. So not too bad, but we're gonna be having some rice cakes, a little bit of Nutella. I wish I had some honey, but I don't. And also banana mixed with our pump powder nitric oxide from Rise. As we're making the pre-workout, I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I felt like held me back the most when it comes to overall being successful in the year 2025, and honestly having a failure year, to be honest with you. So one of the biggest things was time management. So that's why I put myself on the schedule, waking up early. Even though I stayed up till damn near 2 o'clock in the morning, I was still up at 6:45, pretty exhausted. But at the same time, that is gonna be the only way I'm gonna be able to successfully put my 100% effort into all the projects and businesses that I do have by waking up early and having a set time schedule of when I'm gonna be working on those individual things, whether it's gonna be coaching, whether it's gonna be the Untapped Potential community. If you don't know what that is a community I started for myself and also for others. There's a free Discord and there's also a $20 Discord. I just dropped a 17-page cutting guide. I dropped a 12-week free training program. I dropped 2 diet plans for 2,800 calories and 2,500 calories. I'll be dropping a skincare guide. I'll be dropping a pep guide. I'm dropping so much knowledge in there for only $20 a month. That is a project I'm really passionate about, and that is something that kind of requires my attention for at least an hour to sometimes even up to 2 hours, pretty much every single day. Coaching is one of the same things. We are prepping clients for show for the year of 2026, which is amazing as well. I want 3 overalls. So that is usually something that takes my full attention, usually Mondays and Fridays. But that pretty much is a daily thing as well, regardless if it's calls, responding to text messages, hopping on calls with my existing clients, changing meal plans because something's going on or whatever. Also in the beginning of the morning, I like to be able to set up my whole day, especially for Mondays. That is basically going to be leading me off to a successful week. That is usually where I take the time when I walk or early in the mornings when I'm eating breakfast. That we go over the day, figure out everything that we need to do, figure out and plan how we're gonna do so, but also figure out how we're gonna make it to the end of the day to still put time into the projects and businesses that we're working on. I'm also doing some research pretty much every single day when it comes to the stock market. So I wanna secure my future as much as possible because we all know social media is a lot long-term. I'm very blessed in the position I am, but this doesn't last forever. As you can see, is one of the reasons why I'm going so hard and making this YouTube video in the first place. So I have to do that in the morning on top of the Untapped Potential Discord and then on top of coaching pretty much every single morning at the same time. So it's a lot to balance, but that's why we're time management, baby. We also wanna make sure that we're focused focusing on the pro debut. We were already supposed to compete in May, and unfortunately, since we had the really bad last month and a half, low-key, this month is going great though. Definitely blessed by God this month. But I crashed my car and moved in the same fucking week. So I lost like 20 grand, which in 1 week is absurd. And I was literally like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do in life. Like my life is over. So that pushed us back. Obviously, when it comes to the jug portions, if y'all do know, I am enhanced. I'm an IFBB Pro bodybuilder. We were planning on doing the Miami Pro May 22nd, but we were set behind on that. Obviously, no car, very limited when it comes to training, very limited when it comes to drugs, and also extremely limited when it comes to food. And I don't even understand how much more we gotta do. On 7 days a week, we gotta do this, baby. It's gonna set me up for my future. I heard a very great quote from Kevin Samuel. What a young man does in his 20s is going to be a great reflection of how his life is going to be in his 30s and 40s. I don't know about y'all. This economy is rough. I want a family. I want a wife. I want some kids. I want my kids to have some kids. I want my kids to play sport. I'm not going to bring no family in this world if I'm struggling and not doing good in life. So that's one of the reasons why I'm taking this schedule so serious. And that is one of the reasons why I'm so confident that this shit is going to work. We have our pre-workout meal. So we have our 5 chocolate rice cakes. We have Nutella. We have our banana. Then we also have a scoop and a half of candy watermelon pump powder by Rise, filled with a lot of nitric oxide. So paired with that, these carbs, fast acting, a little bit of sugar from the banana, the rice cakes, a little bit of Nutella. Our pump is about to go stupid. Thankfully, because we've been up since 6:45, I don't really have too much to do in this time frame, which is absolutely amazing. The only thing I did miss this morning is I didn't go to the Discord live for the stock market trade so I can learn, because I'm basically starting from ground zero. Only thing I can do is really, I have one client that time last night. I got him everything, but I just need to work on his training program. So if any of y'all want to have any transformations, here's a couple transformations I made right here. If you want to sign, let's rock, baby. Competing or not. We only got like 10 to 15 minutes, so we're gonna knock some of this out. I'm gonna eat this meal prep, and then we're gonna take our ass to the gym. All right, twins, so finally, over an hour later, we had insane traffic. We're finally at the gym. We're training some back today. We boxed this morning for around 40 to 45 minutes. Even with boxing, I'll just train a little bit later on in the day, where my body has pretty, enough amount of time to recover, especially because we're not really training hard. It's not like we're in fight camp. So whether it's boxing or bodybuilding, I'm always doing something physically active every single morning. I went over that in my morning routine video for basically the same exact schedule that I'm doing right now. I like doing physical activity in the morning on top of my walking. Like I said, walking clears my head. Also, physical training really clears my head. And it just makes me feel a lot better. I don't know what it is. It makes my day feel a little bit more accomplished. So I still don't like to train later on the day, but this is just something I'm gonna honestly have to get used to as we're getting closer and closer onto getting our bulk goals. I'm weighing in around like 217, 220 fluctuating depending on the days. And we just started our second compound of our cycle that will really be changing a lot of things here in the next like 6 to 8 weeks. 8 to 12 weeks is gonna be pretty critical when it comes to setting us up for our pro show, regardless of what time that really is. Size-wise, we're pretty much catching up on that. We're still obviously a little bit behind, but even though we are still honestly close when it comes to the weight that we want to be, our target rate, we're not where we want to be as far as like muscle mass and proportions. That's going to be a little bit more of the difficult part. It just me staying on my diet routine, and that's why I like boxing as well, because even though I am eating a higher amount of food, kind of balances out everything, so I'm not getting too fat. Realistically, if I can gain 5 pounds of nice clean mass, I'm golden. So I'm not gonna lie, days like this are pretty ass, at least while we're going through them. I feel so accomplished, bro. I feel so accomplished, boxing, walking, getting all my work done, and then also getting a really good training day like today, especially because I know all of it's leading up to a bigger purpose, but in multiple areas, as far as getting our golden gloves when we're done with bodybuilding. So that's why we're boxing at least 2 days a week, just to stay, relatively sharp. Obviously, training for the pro show. Everything that we're doing on a daily basis is basically just setting us up for success later on in our future. But that's why, like I said in the beginning of this video, I love the schedule so much, because it's setting up for success in every avenue that we want to go to. Ever since I started a routine of actually scheduling everything, having like an itinerary of things I can do for that day or the week or the month, weekly goals, monthly goals, and kind of just having it in front of me makes me so much more less stressed out. But it also, I don't know, bro, it's just kind of weird. Like I'm getting this stuff done with like no problem. Obviously, like it sucks most days. I gotta be honest, it's a lot of work basically to do every day. Like I'm low-key not going to sleep till 12 o'clock at night, and I'm still waking up, early as hell. But at the same time, like, it's what we gotta do. We put ourselves in a position. This is what's gonna help us. I will say the extra carbs that I've got to fuel this workout, since we are training later on the day, obviously have more meals in, just feel like my pump feels a lot better. I also feel like I'm pulling more weight. Oh, fuck me. Woo. I ain't gonna lie, this shit is no joke today. We're like 3 exercises in. I'm not really doing too many sets. I'm mostly focusing on just straight intensity, which is really what I focus on for mainly all my workouts, but back especially, because we don't really want to focus on weight too much. We really just want to focus on the contraction of every single rep to make it as optimal as possible, especially in our weak points, like in our upper and lower back. Unfortunately, this gym doesn't have a machine that I'm really looking for to specifically target my upper back better. I'm gonna have to figure out something to do today, possibly maybe even with dumbbells that can maybe make up for the lack of that. So we're moving on to our last exercise of the day. We're doing Smith machine, and I'm actually going really light on these. And I'm trying to kind of figure out a way where I can contract a little bit of my upper back, not too much of my mid. But when I was talking about having an exercise to target more of my upper back region, so like my trap, this is kind of the only thing I could think of that would help me when it comes to overall getting optimal reps. So I'm trying to keep my elbows slightly flared. I'm actually bent over a little bit more than usual, and I'm keeping my feet together. I don't know why, it just feels better. Fuck. I fucking hate doing rows, bro. At least with barbells and Smith machine, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. But we did 2 sets of failure on these. We honestly been here for a minute because we had a client call. That's why we've been training. We're a little late. We're definitely a little bit behind on schedule. We're about to head out of here. We got a lot more work to do. I'll show y'all what I have to do on my itinerary when we get back to the crib. We got a long ass drive, so I'll see y'all back at the crib ski. Twin skis, we are finally back at the crib. 5 hours later, by the way. It is 9 o'clock. We fucked up twice today. Let me tell you why. After boxing, since we're on 4 hours sleep, we got a lot of work we need to do today. And I was like, yeah, man, let me take an Adderall today. Well, why the Adderall's kicking in? Let me go on TikTok live. Fucking 3 hours later, after being on live for 3 I haven't been on a TikTok live in that long in probably like 2 years. And we were on TikTok live for literally 3 hours, which is honestly so ridiculous. And the gym that I went to today was like 45, 50 minutes away. So on top of being behind 3 hours, we added an extra hour onto that to drive to the gym. And then we got to the gym around like 4, and I'm just now getting back home at 9. The great thing is since we already have been locked in since 6:45, I really don't have anything to stress about. So really the rest of the night, all I need to do is take a shower because I feel absolutely fucking disgusting. I feel rancid. We're gonna do our nightly skincare routine. We definitely have to finish up one client plan. I just signed another client at the gym, which is absolutely amazing. The goal is to have hopefully 3 to 4 more for the rest of the month. We're eating our meal 3. We're gonna have one meal of the night. If I'm not too hungry after this, which is only 9, I probably will have a protein shake, and then we have videos to edit. That's basically all we need to do. We had a pretty productive day. Realistically, around 10:30 is when we wanna be absolutely done with everything, regardless if it's editing, client plans, posting a TikTok, going on TikTok live, anything like that, because I want to make sure that I'm in bed by no later about 10:45 and trying to be asleep around 11:15, 11:30. Y'all don't understand how tired Unk is. I had some high energy on that last clip. Boy, I'm afraid when I get in that shower, this ass is gonna be in that bed slumped. Meal number 3, 250 to 300 grams of regular potatoes. And then we also have around 5.5 to 6 ounces of 93% ground beef. We put some hot sauce and some Japanese barbecue sauce on this, and then we also are gonna be pairing it with our little mini Diet Coke. So we're gonna crush meal number 3. Then we're gonna do our nightly skincare routine. I'll tap y'all into a little bit of that as well. We're gonna be trying to really upgrade our skin. I don't have bad skin. I'm actually breaking out a little bit right now just from being at the gym so long and sweating. My skin gets irritated so quick. Doing like the skincare nightly routine pretty much 4 days a week right now to really make sure our skin is pitch perfect paired with that GHKCU. Nightly skincare routine that is keeping our skin healthy even while we are on gear. We want to be look maxing. We model, and we also fucking just want to look handsome. Very easy, very simple. Number 1, clear pore face mask. This is extremely important. This is going to help inflammation. This is going to help prevent acne. This is going to help clear your pores. It can help with hair bumps. It can help with irritation from shaving. It can help with a lot of things. Now, you can do this daily. I've noticed for at least me personally, it dries my skin out pretty bad since I have really dry skin. So I'm only doing it around 4 days a week max. even 3 days a week are honestly fine. I leave it on for probably around 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, my face is clean, it's clear, and it feels great. We leave this on for like 10 to 15 minutes. And then we kind of just let it do its magic. So I'm putting you on, gang. After having the face mask on for around 10 to 15 minutes, obviously wash it off with water. You don't want to leave that shit on too much or it does significantly dry your skin, in my personal experience. After that, we're going to use our, I don't even know, Cetaphil moisturizer. I've been using this for about like 2 years now, maybe about a year and a half. And it's very, very cheap. It's extremely affordable. Like a big tub of this lasts me months, like probably on the verge of like 4 to 6 months, 5 to 6 months or so. And personally, it's like thicker, which I really like. I hate moisturizer that's too thin because I feel like after like maybe like an hour or so, my skin doesn't feel as moisturized. But this right here, like even when you put it on, it just hydrates the face so well, especially for how cheap it is. And it's just untouched. After that, we are going to be running our vitamin C serum. So what this is going to really help with, try to see if we can focus here. So this is going to help prevent acne. This is going to help with inflammation. This is also going to help with like skin pigmentation or discoloring in your skin. And this is something I've been using for a while, and it's definitely helped, especially with dark spots. As me, I had a lot of acne when I was younger. And honestly, I just didn't know how to take care of it, especially when I was on gear. And when I started running vitamin C, after about, it took a while, I will say. It wasn't probably till about like 6 to 8 months in, where I started to notice pretty significant changes, especially on the bottom of my neck and 100% on like my right cheek. For some reason, my right cheek breaks out way more than my left cheek, especially with the hair type I have when it comes to my face. This is going to be retinol. If you don't know what retinol is, this is going to be something that's basically, one, going to help protect you from the sun, and two, it does help with discoloring in the skin as well, or dark spots, but also this is huge for anti-aging because it protects you from the sun. And this is extremely strong product. Other brands, I've had retinol through other brands, and they literally made my skin so dry. Like I was literally getting eczema at the top of my eyelids because it was so powerful. This brand right here, and it's going to be called Natrum, I think it's called. This is a really good brand. I'm only doing this about 3 days a week. You do not want to run it every single day because it will significantly dry your skin, and it's definitely don't want to do that, bro. Next, another anti-aging, we have this rosemary water or collagen water. This is really good. I've been using this for probably about 2.5 years now. This is like one of the first skincare products I bought, and I got it off TikTok Shop. I think it's on like $18. You can get like 2 or 3 in a pack. You literally can have one last you probably about like 2 to 3 months or so. So it's a pretty good investment. It's collagen, it's rosemary water. It definitely, it doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to anti-aging. You're trying to stay handsome and young. You know what I'm saying? We have the biggest product that we have in the collection, which is going to be GHKCU. So what this is basically going to be doing is going to be helping with anti-aging more than pretty much every product, in my personal opinion. This is, you can have this in a peptide form where you can do a sub-Q version, but you can also have it in a topical version. So GHKCU is going to help with inflammation. It's going to help with preventing acne. It's going to help with anti-aging. It's going to help with having your skin look like a tighter and younger appearance. And it's also going to help with skin regeneration. So like I said, huge anti-aging skin peptide, and the sub-Q version absolutely works a lot better than the topical version. But I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit is legit. It definitely takes a little while to set in for certain individuals. For me, I've seen changes around like probably like 4 to 6 weeks in. And then now, since I've been running pretty consistently, I've seen a noticeable difference with my skin, my appearance. Next, we have the Ordinary. This is going to be our eye serum. So this is what we're using under our eyes. So I'm actually using this twice a day. The reason is it's really just based off, honestly, genetics, also with other factors, like if you're very dehydrated or anything like that. But this is basically going to help with your eye bags, especially when it comes to dark eye bags. I'm someone who definitely suffers from like darker eye bags, so that can give you an older, kind of like unhealthier appearance. So I've been running that. I usually run it morning and night. Sometimes if I have a photo shoot, I run it morning, afternoon, and night because I just never heard that it was really bad for you. So yeah, that is basically wrapping up the night. We are almost done. I believe it's almost 11 o'clock here. We've been absolutely grinding. We are not only recording the day in the life for YouTube, but we're also recording it for our second, not even our main TikTok account, our alt account on our phone. So we've been back and forth on our phone and on our camera all fucking day. We're absolutely grinding. We fucking did a lot. That is the end of the day for building our life from failure to success in the next 90 days. It is unfortunately 1 o'clock in the morning. My eyes are barely open. We just got off an hour and a half of TikTok live. I think it's really good to promote Untapped Potential community and also Untapped Potential coaching. And obviously we have our financial plan, so we're doing that. So like I said, every single hour is catered towards our goals for the week and for the month that is going to funnel to the year. That is the most important thing for myself this year. 1 o'clock in the morning, I have literally not even 20 minutes of downtime. But we put ourselves in that situation, and it's going to help us get to our goal for not only our pro show, for our finances goal, for our physical goals. We just gonna be good. We're gonna be good. I'm telling you, we're gonna be successful this year. It is really late. I am so exhausted. So we're about to down these protein shakes. I got another 25 minutes of staying up on me, twin, and then I'm about to be out of there. Woke up at 6:45 in the morning. We worked on our client plans. We worked on a little bit of stuff for Untapped Potential community. And then we went to box, and then we went on TikTok live for 3 hours, which I don't know why the hell we did that shit for that long. Then we went on our walk for 20 to 25 minutes. Then we worked on another client plan that we had. We also had a client call, and we had to do 2 client check-ins. We cleaned the crib a little bit. Need to clean it again tomorrow morning. Posted on our second TikTok account, posted on Snapchat, recording a YouTube video. We got a lot of shit that we did. We basically did everything we needed to do today and more. And then we also just went live again on TikTok. So that's why we're up at 1 o'clock in the morning. So we get live 5 hours today. Code ZAY for TLF, code ZAY for Rise. One-on-one coaching link in bio. Sub to the channel if you want to see more. Like the video and enjoy it. Comment down below what else you want to see. I'm a phone with you, twin.